it is so unnerving how much William Baldwin looks like Alec Baldwin. This is the first time I've seen any of the Baldwin brothers, except Alec Baldwin, in a film, and I'm just completely unable to get over the resemblance. That's obviously got nothing to do with the quality of the film while you were dating. I just kind of wanted to get that opinion out there because I'm still a little bit shocked at that. I was very excited to see a Baldwin brother in a film once I realised that William Baldwin was in this. I love Hallmark films. I thought this would be pretty decent, and I genuinely am really pleasantly surprised. Well, I say pleasantly surprised. There are a lot of Hallmark films that I love, so I was pleased. This was released in 2017, directed by David Winning, written by Neal Dobrofsky and Tippi Dobrofsky, starring, as I said, William Baldwin as Nick and Stefanie von Pfetten as Julia. And I will say that something happens that I did not expect. This is not predictable. Hallmark films often are very predictable, but for me, at least one thing in this was a surprise. The rest of it, yeah, maybe it panned out in a way that I could have predicted, but generally speaking, really, really pleasantly surprised with that bit. So, Nick and Julia are both keen photographers. They're both on this photo sharing website, and they get talking under their screen names, and they form a bit of a online relationship, if you like. They agree to meet in person. What's going to happen thereafter? Will they have happily ever after, or will things be a little bit unexpected? Now, I'm actually giving away less than what IMDb does. Usually, I will be quite happy to read out the plot description from IMDb, but please do not read it before you've watched this film, because it gives away the thing that I hadn't seen coming, that I hadn't expected. And it made it more enjoyable for me. The characters themselves, Nick and Julia, I really liked. I found them very easy to get on with, particularly Nick. Nick was kind of smooth, but not in a way that was arrogant, smouldering, but not in a way that made you want to distrust him, which is often the case with, I guess, stereotypical Hallmark characters. Not very stereotypical here. I found Julia to be quite refreshing as well. She wasn't completely oblivious to everything. Often the female protagonist, who are usually the driving forces behind these rom-coms, are quite narrow-minded. They overreact a lot. Not the case here. And what's also interesting is that it's not just Julia who is the driving force. I feel like Nick and Julia both take this narrative to where it needs to go. Kind of split 50-50, and we get to see both of their lives in equal measure. It's very well balanced. The development of the narrative is really good. As I said, a little bit surprising along the way. One of my favourite scenes is the scene at the anniversary party. That's not a spoiler. With the table with the other single people, the children. I thoroughly enjoyed that scene. I thought that was brilliant, very well executed, very well directed, brilliantly acted. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Is it one of my favourite Hallmark films? Not of all time. Definitely that I've seen this year. Very, very pleased with William Baldwin. It could be a contender for my top 20. Genuinely left me with a smile on my face at the end of it. I honestly cannot fault While You Were Dating.